Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. Just here on a video. I haven't been doing very many videos, but I've got a ton of videos on my YouTube channel. Anyway, it's been really super fun. So we're gonna do the walk-ins. We're gonna like figure out what are the walk-ins and what do they do? What are they creating? What else is there? Um, what else is happening with the walk-ins? And so, like, I think back in 2015, I actually was working with walk-ins, and it's been really extraordinary for me just to share this because sometimes people like can't believe it, right? I can't even really believe it, but I believe that that energy with the walk-ins, and again, you might look at the book of Ruth Montgomery, and there she is with walk-ins. And so I've had quite a few of walk-ins coming in over the years, but probably back in 2015 is when it really started percolating about walk-ins. And again, like I said, it was the book of Ruth Montgomery. I never read the book, but I just know that that is who she was when she was working with her own walk-ins. And so back in maybe 2016 or something, I had a group of friends. They were really sweet, and I was really appreciative to come into these energy centers, and it was just right in her dining room, and all of a sudden things were shifting, things were moving, things were kind of accessing newer ways of looking at life. And so walk-ins are extraordinarily awesome. Like, again, I remember had that accident back in 2007, and there was a walk-in with me, and it was just the same thing, right? It was at the walk-ins, and it was just a big accident, and I keep talking about it all the time, but that is kind of an example of the walk-in. Sometimes they come in, and maybe eventually, when we were back there in Houston, there were probably 5 to 7 different walk-ins that were working with my energy. And it's been kind of extraordinary for me to share this. Some people don't believe it, right? Sometimes I don't believe it because it's been so long. It was like 2016. We were just doing all of this energy work. And it was really kind of cool. But here in sunny Scottsdale, it's crazy. I don't have any girlfriends. I mean, I have friends, but I don't have any like really awesome girlfriends. But when we start looking at taking a look at some of the energies with what walk-ins are, or what are they like? Maybe there's just something coming in. Maybe another walk-in is coming in. Maybe two or three different walk-ins are coming in all at the same time. And that was extraordinary fun time back when I was at Houston with this beautiful group of people. All the energy was humming and just feeling so delicious and wonderful. So eventually I kind of want to find a group here or maybe go back to Texas. I don't know. But I'm really kind of missing some of the energy people that I was working with. It was really kind of an extraordinary experience for me to just, take a look at what are walk-ins. What is the meaning of that? Sometimes a walk-in might come in with me. Maybe it could be a tall, dark man, and I would be kind of scared, and then all of a sudden it's just a walk-in. It's just another kind of energy that has been in my field for, since 2015. And I didn't really even know what it meant at the very beginning, but walk ins are really kind of a guidepost for what is next, what is happening, and what do you want to create for your beautiful divinity within. So the walk ins are kind of groovy. I had 7 walk ins at the same time, and it was a big deal, but now I don't really process it anymore. But that was what happened back in 2015 with a beautiful energy group. And we were doing all kinds of really cool vibe and stuff. It was super fun. But the walk ins that I've been working with are, they've been with me for probably the rest of my life. Sometimes some of them leave, some of them come back. Maybe new walk ins come in. One of them maybe they go someplace else. But all the walk ins have been really kind of interesting. It's kind of a fascinating kind of way of looking at life. You might just say, well, I just really kind of enjoy um, these experiences. I enjoy all of these things that I've been doing since 2015 or 2016. It's been really my privilege and joy to share some of what the walk ins are about. And again, like I said, I've had walk ins and eventually everything kind of receded, you know? But back in 2016 or 2015, everything was really humming. And now I'm kind of like, okay, you know? So sometimes you think you need to constantly be looking at walk ins, or maybe you can start noticing that these different entities or energies or spiritual beings are always, you know, around us. They're always around us. And it's really kind of wonderful when you have other types of beings or angelics that come in. Those might be some of my walk ins. Who knows, right? I like to go out in the evening, and the sky is so beautiful, and I look up at the sky and I look at the stars, and I'm just like going, wow, how amazing is this beautiful experience right here in sunny Scottsdale. So the walk-ins, you know, they go out, they maybe bring in other walk-ins, they might do something like that. But I haven't really been doing it here recently because I'm a little bit more maybe grounded, or maybe a little bit more curious at what would be happening with me once I go into again another session with a walk in. And all of that has been extremely fantastic for me. I've really enjoyed it. And again, like I said, my group of friends back back in Houston, we had the best energy. I mean, it was just like just amazing energy. It was like surrounding all of the beautiful energies that we have been looking at and feeling and experiencing and awakening to more of these beautiful things about um, the walk-ins. And again, like it's really about Ruth Montgomery. I think I have a book back here, one of her books, but um, it's been kind of my privilege and joy to share some of my material. You know, I was gonna I have so much material on two different laptops, and I'm like thinking, okay, should I just go just rogue, or do I just start writing, or do I just follow the thread of the words? And it's been really extraordinary. I've had so many words over the years since 2007, and I've been having a great experience with it. It's been extraordinary, you know, to just be in a place where I could sit down and I would just sit there, and then on my right side there's a proper English woman there, and she starts kind of dictating for me a little few words, a little bit more, a little bit more, and that's how that all started. And again, when that walk-in started coming in, it's probably about 2016, I think. And that was extraordinary because, I mean, not many people know about walk ins, you know, unless you've seen a book about Ruth Montgomery or some other kind of books that might look kind of like that. But it's been, you know, really kind of interesting to just kind of take a look at and examine, like, what do I really want to do right now? What do I want to create? What do I want to build? What do I want to be, you know, a funny person, or maybe I'm just ridiculous, or is there some other energies that are moving through my energies, moving all through all of these beautiful divine you know, depictions of this beautiful divinity that we're sitting in right now. So the more that we kind of take a look at some of the walk-ins and kind of take a look at, some people don't really know what walk-ins are, and that's okay, because you know, people do what they do, right? You know, but I really appreciate everybody who has been listening to me. I put stuff on X, I do LinkedIn, I do Facebook. I'm like got all kinds of stuff going on, you know. But it's been really kind of fun, you know, to just talk about some of the things that happened maybe back in 2016 or 17 or 18 or 19, who knows, right? But I have had a lot of fun here in sunny Scottsdale. I do miss my family down in Texas. I was in Houston, I was in Austin for 26 years. It was like a party place. It's been really, really fun. So we'll see you soon, and namaste.